Today I am here with Mount Mercy men's basketball head coach Aaron Jennings for the Heart of America Conference's Basketball Media Day. Coach, start with a recap of last season. Also your first season transitioning from women's basketball to men's basketball last year. Talk about winning the AII tournament and taking the team to the NAIA Division II National Tournament for the last time.
Well, last year was a little strange or a little different. I know starting the year, I was the women's head coach. I had recruited all those players, expecting to be the women's coach like I had been the previous 7 years. But then the end of October, Coach Gavin was named our athletic director, and so the switch happens. And so kind of taking over the men's team and really trying to learn what they were good at, kind of learning the players, learning them not just as basketball players, but as individuals. And it took some time. But I think by the end of the year that we really gelled. We had, my first game ever coaching the men. We won on a buzzer beater, and so that's very exciting at St. Ambrose. And we had some ups and downs throughout the year, but we just kept working. We stayed together. We had a group of guys that they loved basketball, and they really got along. And all year long, we were just continuing to get better as a basketball team. So yes, we started kind of at the end of the year. It culminated with getting to the AII. We hosted the AII tournament at the Cell Center downtown. And our first game, we're playing the number 8 seed. We're the number 1 seed, and it goes into overtime. But we pull it out. We have guys step up, and we have a big defensive play, a tough three in the corner, and we pull it out. And then winning the next 2 games, kind of winning the championship. The 1 year that we get to host this thing, is very exciting. And so then you're going to the national tournament. And the men's basketball team had been to the national tournament 2 of the last 3 years. But going again with a first-year coach, was very exciting. And so then you go to the national tournament, and we're kind of a mid-seed, and we win our first game of the national tournament on a tip-in, with call up a play, C4 attacks the basket, gets to the basket, the defender comes over, contests, and then Al tips it in, so that's a very exciting way to win a game, especially at the national tournament. And so I'd say that last year was awesome. It was a lot different than I thought it when I started, but taking over the men's program, I was very proud of how the team came together and continued to build and kind of how we went throughout the season.
How will your experience in the national tournament help you with the switch from NAIA Division I basketball, going from Division II basketball to Division I basketball and joining one of the top leagues in the country, the Heart of America?
Well, all this experience, playing 34 games last year should mean a lot for this season. We have 10 seniors on the team. And so we need to use that experience because, like you said, the Heart of America is a monster basketball conference, and so from top to bottom, every single team, all 14 teams are good, well coached, excellent players. And so we've got to be ready to go every single night. 26 conference games is crazy. And so the travel, getting used to how far we're going to have to travel, getting used to just the competitive nature every single night is something that we're working towards right now in practice, and we need to be ready for.
What are you most looking forward to this season?
Kind of the newness of a new conference, kind of seeing where we're going to be and working for that success. We're familiar with some of the opponents. William Penn, Grandview, Clark are all teams that we have been in with the conference in our previous conference in the MCC. And we've played Culver Stockton quite a bit over the last few years. But a lot of the teams you've maybe seen once or twice in the last 10 years. Mm-hmm. And so you really don't know how good you are, how good they are. Right. And that's something that you're going to have to work for and be able to adjust and see. And so I think that's kind of exciting, not knowing.
After losing 3 key seniors last year, what can we expect from your team this season? Talk about some of the returning veterans as well as important newcomers.
Well, yeah, we lost 3 seniors. 2 of them were starters, all excellent basketball players. But we're returning 3 seniors, right. You're starting point guard, starting wing, and starting 4. But then a lot of experience coming off the bench. And so we need, we're looking for, our captains in C4 and Ben and Sean, and then CJ, coming in.
Right.
He was one of our leaders on the court last year. I think he's our returning leader in points per game and rebounds per game. But then new guys have to step up, or guys that didn't get as much time. Blake and Twan, that didn't get as much time last year, are going to be playing big roles this year. And other guys, Derek is going to have to step up in the middle, losing Al, losing our post player, losing somebody that averaged, led us in scoring, was right there in rebounding, was probably averaged 20 to 25 minutes a game.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot that we're looking for Derek and Jay Will and Jake to step up and obviously replace what they did and continue to improve on it. So.
What are some characteristics of this year's squad that you've seen in preseason? Are they good in transition, good at defense, hardworking? Are we going to see a lot of post play, perimeter shooting, or a little bit of everything?
This team is a lot of fun. This team is very funny. This team is very close. They kind of are able to give each other a hard time, but then still get work done when we need to get work done. And so it's a lot of fun to coach that. This team is very dedicated to basketball. Every day I see guys down on the court shooting without me telling them to get there. They just want to be there. They want to be working on the game. We're going to play very fast, and we want to get up and down. We're going to use our depth. We're going to be playing 10, 11 guys every single game, and so we're going to use that. But then offensively, we're, as a coach, I like the three-point shots. So we're going to be shooting a lot of threes, but we're going to have lots of movement. Everybody's going to be involved. I say all the time, I don't care who scores as long as somebody does score.
Right.
And so we're going to want to put pressure on people offensively, and then defensively, pressing, aggressive man-to-man, switching, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
And lastly, at the end of the season, when you look back on your first season in the Heart and NAIA Division I, what will need to happen for you to consider it a success?
Well, I think as personally, as the coach and then the players, I know that we need to be competing at the top of the Heart of America. We need to be there, in the top 4 regular season, competing to win the conference tournament, and then getting to the national tournament. Something that, like I said, this Mount Mercy team, even though it's been the D2 level, has been in the national tournament 3 of the last 4 years, and so we've got to see. We know that it's a step up going Division I, and we know that the competition is going to be tough every single night. But we've got the experience, we've got the ability to win basketball games, and so we've got to prove that we belong and that we kind of probably show people that we belong.